Welcome to the video. It's your boy Ray C coming at you live with a useful Bradley tutorial. Today, we'll be demonstrating the effectiveness of taking Bradley early on into the wipe and just how easy plus cheap it can be. One of the first things I like to do before taking out Bradley with grenades is at least having a gun like the SR or an SMG so that I may be able to research and create them from me or my teammates if we so happen to die. Once I've gotten better weapons and better gear, I will head over to Bandit Camp with roughly 450 scrap. Now keep in mind, you only need 40 grenades to take out Bradley effectively. But usually I will bring at least 50 to 55 grenades as to make sure that any grenades that I have missed will not really matter. The shop that sells the grenades is by the Airwolf Trader, and you can buy them in roughly or a max quantity of 10. If a server just restarts, they stack to 10. If it doesn't, they stack to 5. All you need to do is purchase as many as you can with the 450 scrap, which should be about 56 grenades, equaling a perfect number of extra grenades to take out the Bradley. Upon arriving to launch site with the grenades, I would likely use this entrance to get into launch site. It's a pretty interesting jump that you can master, and usually I refer to as the Trowsy jump, as the man himself, the legend, introduced me to it. As I make my way to the recycler roof, which is the building that I usually take Bradley from, I'll make sure to keep in mind that people will be snaking into a launch site, making sure to check all my corners and to get to the roof as quick as possible. If I am taking this with a team, I'd likely have my team sit in green card room as the windows are busted and the airfield tower, and potentially one on the mammoth as well. And then once I aggro Bradley, this is what I do. As soon as Bradley is aggroed, what you would like to do is move over towards the northeast part of this building. Roughly where I'm standing right here is a good spot to aggro Bradley, as the Bradley will not be able to shoot you on its path to between the recycler building and the building across, and it is also useful because it will force the Bradley to come into this path. As Bradley continues to approach your new destination, keep in mind that you would like your teammates to stay out of its line of sight as to avoid being aggroed on Bradley. If Bradley does aggro on your teammates and you are doing this, it has the potential to move over towards the green car room and kill you while you're on this roof. And this roof is the safety net that you will be using to avoid the Bradley shots. As Bradley continues to come towards you, you will notice that it uses the same pattern every single time. It'll go through the middle, where it'll suddenly stop and turn to its right, and that means it is doing the right thing. It is going between the buildings. Keep that in mind as you listen to it, and as you slightly peek at it, you can see it going between the buildings. Here is where you would like to jump down quickly to avoid the shots, and to make sure it's easy for a split second to avoid being shot. Obviously in this segment, once you have the grenades in your hotbar, make sure to put many grenades in different hot slots so that you can keep in mind swapping will increase the rate at which you throw grenades. If you throw grenades without swapping, you can only throw a grenade every so often. But if you swap while you're throwing the grenades, keep in mind it does go faster. And the whole point of this trick is to use this roof so that Bradley will shoot at you, but it cannot hit you. Remember, in this destination or its location, you can be shot from multiple areas. So this is where you'd like your team to cover you while you're taking Bradley. And it's useful to also look around while you're throwing the grenades. As I did say, you want to bounce the grenades, and you can actually peek to see where your grenades are landing. I can slightly see that my grenades are landing roughly close to Bradley, and to keep in mind that I only need 40 grenades to take out Bradley. Once Bradley is disposed of, you now have the access to the 3 crates that Bradley likes to drop. Keep in mind they are on fire, so you cannot loot Bradley immediately, but the good thing about this is that Bradley can have insane loot. M249s, L96s, scopes, lasers, HV rockets, and even ammo boxes can be found inside the Bradley. And the potential to get your scrap back, which is a lowly cost of 400 scrap for the grenades that you spent, is very, very high. You are only spending 400 scrap to take out Bradley, and the potential to get an L96 or an M249 is there. The only issue is there is risk involved with doing this method, as teams will counter and you have to stay on your toes. While you are waiting for the crates to make sure that the fire is going out and your team is guarding you, or you're guarding yourself depending if you've taken it solo, you can now go over towards the Bradley if the area looks safe, and you can start checking the loot you got from the 3 crates I mentioned before. As you can see, in these crates, the loot is outstanding. Already in the first crate was an M249 and 11 tech trash, which is nearly all the scrap that you spent to get into the launch site and take Bradley. Bradley is absolutely worth the 400 scrap the majority of the time that you take it. And even if you're unlucky, most of the time you will be leaving launch site happy, satisfied, as long as you live. And that is it for how to take out Bradley with your boy Ray C. If you enjoyed the video, or you would like to see similar content to it in the future, let me know down in the comment section below. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel with that bell notification on. Thank you so much, and remember everyone, stay great, my friends.